Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, dear viewers, and welcome to Success Path, where we explore different success stories and different individuals who are leaving a positive impact into our society. Today's guest is Noor Huda Ben Sheikh, a passionate language coach, personal development mentor, and an English teacher. Huda, welcome with us. It's a pleasure having you here today with me.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm very excited.
Thank you. Now, Noor Huda, could you introduce yourself for us a little bit, please?
Yes, of course. I majored in translation and then I shifted my focus to personal development. Now I basically do both things, in languages and personal development. I try to make English learners feel
Confident,
comfortable, and naturally speaking when they are learning, because you see that people are
people can be a little bit intimidated, especially by learning new languages.
Yes, exactly. So what I try to do is to make learning English fun, feeling natural, and very enjoyable through mixing mindset and language teaching.
That's very beautiful, dear viewers. Let's go quickly to the jingle and come back to this interesting conversation with Noor Huda Ben Sheikh. We are back with Noor Huda Ben Sheikh. Noor Huda, what first sparked your interest in teaching languages and personal growth?
Yes, it all started when I was the shy student. I was very excellent in English, and I really underestimated myself. My self-esteem was very, very low until few teachers really saw the spark in me, and only then I realized the importance of support and teachers' encouragement to students, to those, especially those types of students. Now, after when in university, I got introduced to personal development, and I knew why I chose to be an English teacher or to study English is to basically be that one teacher that I always wanted and needed. Now I try to do both, to be there for my students and to give them quality English learning experience.
That's very beautiful.
Thank
Okay,
you.
how do you blend personal growth principles into your language teaching methods?
Yes, I try to naturally blend them through by combining or let's say by knowing what holds the students back. So basically it's fears, it's not grammar, to be honest. I've never seen someone saying that, oh, I don't know how to
apply
some
rules
rule.
or
But it's fear, it's low confidence, it's perfectionism especially. So what I try to do is to have a casual talk with them to try to understand what holds them back, and I try
on that.
Yes, I try to naturally work on it through our English sessions.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. That's very smart thing to do, to know what holds the students back in order to work with them. That's very beautiful. Many students feel stuck or discouraged. How do you help them stay motivated and focused?
We face this a lot, even as people, even myself. I feel discouraged or unmotivated sometimes, but what I try to do with students is to remind them of why they started. Why are they learning English? And then we're going to see, are they caught up in perfectionism? Are they caught up in self-negative talk?
Lack of confidence.
So the number one thing I try to advise them is to be kind to themselves. When they are harsh on themselves, imagine that they are always criticizing themselves, like you're not pronouncing right, you don't know 100 words, you lack confidence while speaking in public. But what we try to do is to shift their mindset and let them speak naturally and freely and confidently to themselves first, and then that will reflect to their English learning or their English skills.
That's very beautiful. Dear viewers, let's go quickly to the jingle and come back to continue our interesting conversation about personal growth and language teaching. Okay, now Noor Al-Huda, talking about confidence and motivation, what do you think makes someone not just a good language learner, but a confident communicator?
For me, confident communicators are those who keep going, even if their grammar is not perfect, even if they lack or their vocabulary is limited.
Yeah.
For me, it's the basic. It's to just keep going, because through your way or through your journey, through practicing, you are acquiring new knowledge and
Exactly,
new
yes.
words. So you are in constant change and development through going forward. So for me, confident communicators are those who don't wait until they speak perfect English, but they are brave enough to speak with what they know.
Exactly. That's the key, I guess.
It
Yeah.
is.
Okay. What's one piece of advice you give every student when they're starting to learn new language?
Yes, this I always tell this to my students in the first session. I tell them to start before you are ready. It's quite weird to hear just like this, but hear me out. So
Okay.
there's a huge misconception that many learners think that they need to learn more in order to be able to
exactly.
speak. Yes,
To
but
be good communicators.
but actually, it's quite the opposite.
opposite.
Yes, because the more you learn, the more you the more
more
you
you-
practice, the more you learn.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, the more mistakes you make, the better
Yes.
you learn and the better experience that you're gonna have.
Yeah.
So, what challenges have you faced as a coach and a teacher together?
Yes, as a coach and as a teacher, I faced my biggest challenge is to not give everything I know to all students all at once. I needed to learn how to balance or how to
Incorporate,
deal
yeah.
with every student's level and what are they able to receive
And
as
to get to know
information.
every student's exact needs and exact vulnerabilities to work on them. That's, I
Yes,
think,
this
the
is
hard
very
part.
crucial.
Yeah, that's very hard. Okay, did you use any techniques to overcome these challenges that you faced?
Basically, it's by experience, because I started back in 2021 my own growth journey. My friends used to consult me, and I was just trying to help them and give them all the information that I know, and I just try to
Exactly.
help them as much as I can. But
So you use your own personal growth journey to help your students with
yes, of
learning new
course.
skills and new languages.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Okay, now can you tell us about your experience with teaching abroad?
Yes, teaching abroad was a roller coaster experience for me. I went to Tunisia when I was 18. It was a
That's
huge,
interesting.
yes, it was a huge,
So young, I mean.
at 18, yes, it
Yeah.
is. I taught English to children and to adults. It was a huge flex for me. I was like, yes, I
I
taught
can do
English
that.
to adults. I mean, I still teach people that are older
Yeah.
of me, but
At
at that age,
age,
it was huge. I was so proud of myself. That experience, it was super fun. It was very meaningful. And I really realized how much I was capable of as even at a young age.
yeah.
But there's always a but.
Yeah, talking about that, what are the biggest challenges that you faced with your experience teaching abroad?
Yes, I faced challenges in Turkey. So
okay.
it was the first time I go to Turkey. I didn't quite know the language
The
well.
culture, the
The
language, yeah.
culture, yeah, everything was very different from
Very
what I
new.
expected. I had very high expectations, and then I really got a huge strike.
Yeah, by the reality.
Yes, reality hit hard,
As
actually.
always.
So I learned to stand for myself, to set boundaries, and to basically make adult decisions.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, now how do you continue to develop yourself as a professional uh, coach, develop as a professional and as a person?
Yes, in this field of personal development, it's very natural for me to keep growing as a person and as a professional. Though I try to do many things for my own self, like I care for my body, my emotions, and my mind as well, because when I do this, I show up better for my students
Exactly.
and my work as well. So I go to I go training, I try to eat healthy, and I explore my hobbies. I recently started drawing and I fell in love
That's
with,
very
yes,
beautiful.
with
Can you
this
tell us
new.
also a little bit about your future goals?
My future goals, I still didn't announce them, so I'm very happy to tell them right now.
It's an honor to hear
Yes.
them.
So I'm relaunching Light Talk podcast again. I started it back in 2022, but it stopped for major
Yeah, issues.
reasons and issues, yes. So it's coming back with fresh energy and also new structure. And I am also planning to launch a Speaky, which is a communication club where,
Interesting. That's really
yes.
interesting. Nur Huda, thank you so much for being with us today. It's a pleasure having you here. It was such a very fun, interesting conversation. Thank
Yes,
you for
thank
being
you
with
so
me
much.
today.
Thank you.
You are welcome, dear viewers. We have arrived to the end of today's episode from Success Path. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.